You can't be smart because all them sound dumb. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacted Show. I'm your host, Wafiq, or Feek, with my co-host, my other host.
It's your co-host, Dana Dane, in the building. Shout out episode 96. We're back at it again. This episode, we have news to talk about, but there's no real agenda. So whatever comes in our mind matters to us the most.
Exactly.
So that's what we're going to talk about. We got some Like It or Redacted, some first looks for some TV shows coming out this week, and whatever comes up in the mind. So with that being said, before we get into all that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, rate us a 5-star, follow us on all listening platforms. We're on all of them, so you have no excuse. Make sure y'all do something life-changing and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subs. Road to 100. We're almost at 100 episodes, which is crazy to think about. Let us know what y'all want us to do when we get to that time. And yeah, with that being said, it's a great day outside in Blank, Oregon. Feels good.
I ain't gonna know where you at.
It's like we're going through like these freeze thaw cycles. So in the morning it's brick cold, like a sheet of ice on your car. Mm-hmm. But during the day it feels fine. You know, you can take your layers off. So that's probably one of the most frustrating times of the year. Not more so when it's blistering cold or super hot. It's just that freeze thaw because you don't really know how to dress.
Yeah.
So for anyone dealing with that, just make sure y'all being cautious, be careful, and be careful going to work, because during that morning when it's cold, it might still be a little ice on the road. So just
I was about to say
that traction control might come on and you just slipping and sliding.
Might start hydroplaning. You might hear the trumpets early. Oh man, that's wild.
So first one, I'm gonna get this out of the way now, because when I see this news, I dare not want to throw some on the grill. Kathleen Kennedy reported February 25th plans to retire by the end of 2025, which I think came out after the news where she officially is stepping down as the president of Lucasfilm. Essentially, for those that don't know or are unfamiliar with Star Wars, and I don't blame you, because she was in that chair for over a decade and did everything in her power to ruin the brand. So she had some ties for a lot of good stuff, but, or I wouldn't say a lot, but maybe just Mandalorian, and however you feel about Ahsoka. Rogue One was a great story, which we're also getting Andor season 2 this season.
Did she come in during the new phase, I guess you could say, of Star Wars? Is that when she started?
Pretty much when Force Awakens happened.
That's when she came in.
That was her tenure. She was here for about way more than that, like 13 years. It was over 2 decades.
Okay.
So now she's stepping down and out of here. Praise the Lord. It's about time we clear house and get some people that are willing to that understand George Lucas's idea, his dream of Star Wars, what that actually means, and not push agendas. We know what I'm talking about. I'm not like there. It was almost like they were making Star Wars a joke / too political, when it's not supposed to be that. Like, you're supposed to watch Star Wars and just enjoy what you're seeing on screen, not have to think about real world things.
Nah, I want to rebuttal that one. Because I think actually Star Wars is very political. It's very political. Even what's his name himself was like, it was supposed to, like, the Empire is literally the U.S. He said it was like, and you look at the Empire, it's the U.S. and all these things happening is because of like smaller nations retaliating. So I would rebuttal that statement. It's not supposed to be political. I think it's 100% political slash it's real world. Um, you see real world stuff in it just in space. That's the only rebuttal I have for you.
No, I respect that, and I agreed to an extent in terms of like obviously there's going to be parallels of real worldism in Star Wars, obviously, but just like the canon assassination, I will never get over what the Acolyte is just one example of the whole iceberg, where you're literally killing canon in terms of killing the idea of how special Anakin Skywalker is. He is the chosen one. And they try to undermine that by just saying, oh, well, actually, Darth Plagueis got this idea from these random witches. I'm not going to... Let me stop myself right now because I already killed the Acolyte enough. But just shit like that. And Book of Boba Fett, a snooze fest. I wanted to like that show so bad.
I still haven't watched
another character assassination of a badass character where they just made him old, angry, and tired. He couldn't do shit. He had to get these space Power Rangers to run all his errands just for him to be like, I don't want this anymore. That is not the Boba Fett we know. The Boba Fett we know is a stone cold killer. He doesn't talk much, and he's just that guy. He's that nigga. And they murdered that. They tried to save it with Mando and Grogu towards the end, basically making it Mandalorian season 2.5. And then don't even get me started on Mando season 3, which I thought was okay, but was not on par with season 1 and 2. I'm interested to see how this movie is, especially with Kathleen Kennedy's kind of stepping down and her not having the final say. But yeah, it's about time they clean house. Do I think Star Wars is too far gone to be fixed? No, I do not think that. But they have a lot of work to do.
I was gonna say to me, Star Wars is how its IP is how you can view like DC or Marvel or things like that. Their IPs and there's just the stuff they have is so grand. It's like you can say they're not gonna recover, but they drop any movie, people will go watch it regardless. It doesn't matter.
People gonna watch it, especially now. Like whoever comes in, I'm interested to see who comes in. James Lucas ain't coming back. He done. So he needs to be interviewing everybody, one-on-one hands or someone he's been prepping for this moment, just not her. And just this is a great time in Star Wars history. It's sad, but it seemed like it was her choice, or let me not say that, but I don't know, because you never know if she was kind of forced out or just seeing all the hate and backlash from the fans, which she kind of did because she was the final say on all these shows we've been getting. Which again, there's been some like sprinkle of good in there, like Star Wars Visions, depending on how people think Ahsoka is. I haven't seen that, but Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2. Rogue One was great. Andor season 1 is great.
Was she considered like a creative director, like how Kevin Feige is and how James Gunn is, or is she just kind of like the CEO president?
She was essentially like the Kevin Feige of Lucasfilm.
Okay, because I for the viewers and listeners, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not heavy enough to know. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not heavy enough to know directors and different things like that in Star Wars. At least I know George Lucas, and and I liked Andor season 1. To me, I'll still say this. I think I said it a while back when we talked about it. Andor season 1. Some of the best TV in general I've seen, especially that speech. His name is escaping me right now off the top of my head, but he was paying for most of the resistance Caucasian guy.
Oh yeah, I
But
know you're talking about.
yeah, his speech talking about pretty much, I won't say the fall, but what is he sacrificing? I think that's one of the best little monologues in TV. But yeah, all that to say, I didn't know which her actual role was, if it was like creative director or not, but
No, the
you
big
cleared it
boss.
up. Okay.
So, and then Jay, Dave Filoni, you're not safe either. You've been fucking up on some shit. Like, we've been kind of giving you a pass because you've made some good content, but you need to get your shit right too, because you've made some shit too. Especially, he was part of season 3 of Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
which was not really all that. They could have just threw that away. He's had a lot to do with all these other Disney Plus shows and all that, with a little bit of the Bad Batch, which again was another great show. But Obi-Wan, oh my goodness! Outside of the final fight of Anakin and like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, that was not good. That was not good TV. That was slow. Obi-Wan seemed incompetent, and until that final battle, which was just fan service, he wasn't doing shit. So,
What's the
I'm
newest
just
show that
tired of
dropped?
Skeleton Crew. That was pretty decent, but it's like, it's kind of hard to mess up a TV show for kids like that, because there wasn't any real opportunity for them to build on that much lore. You know, it was just kids from this isolated planet where they end up messing with some pirates, and the pirates turn their back on them, and you know, just kind of go return to home story. So it's like,
Okay.
there's not much Star Wars lore you can just. I'd be very surprised.
There's not a lot of room of error.
Exactly. You know, it's a show for kids that they can enjoy while still being in the Star Wars universe. And I watched it and enjoyed it. But it's like, you know, they have Andor season 2 coming up, Ahsoka season 2 coming up, and the Mando and Grogu movie. But I'm done talking about this. You know, hopefully they can get some better direction in that front office and get their shit right. Because,
Is there anybody? Is there anybody that you know of that you would want, or it's just kind of like?
You know, before I was thinking either like Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni, but I don't know. They're kind of suspect too. And I don't know if that was because Kathleen Kennedy was, you know, having them by the nuts, or they just were sipping on the Kool-Aid too. So I don't know. I think it needs to be a new voice. Who that person is, I don't know. No one really comes to mind.
They're gonna bring in Harrison Ford, and he gonna really show you why he hates Star Wars.
Harrison Ford might actually be the final nail in the coffin. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any like fan castings or anything like that, but I don't know. Someone tweeted, it was like Kathleen Kennedy's legendary run is at a close. Or yeah, legendary run of shitting on Star Wars. Like, I don't think she can ever recover from what she did with The Last Jedi. Like, that really, I think, was the start of the divide of the Star Wars fandom. And from that moment on, nothing she really did outside of, again, certain shows.
Yeah.
She's lost faith. Like, she's lost the touch of the true Star Wars fans. But, you know, it's all good. We got the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith coming next month.
They do.
April. I'll be in theaters for that.
See them posters. I said, I might need one.
But with that being said, I don't know if you had anything else to really add on that before kind of moving on to the next.
No, I'm good.
So moving over to the DC realm, DC over these last week they kind of released some new stuff. They dropped some new first looks and some kind of promo art for their upcoming TV shows. We got first logo for an animated Starfire series.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to serve as an origin story for her. We got a first look at Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler as Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan Green Lantern, which I'm gonna share my screen for the audience and for the listening audience. It's pretty much a still shot of Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler walking on the street doing whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but one looks hella old, the other looks okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I just noticed this. You see the ring right there.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see it at first?
I did not. This is my first time seeing that, so that's interesting. So that was my first time looking at that. So looks up. I mean, it looks like a regular ring. I mean, just because I'm thinking back to Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, it was like a lot more
green.
Well,
what's his name? Ring. Guy Gardner. I forgot the actor's name who's playing him, but his ring from the Superman trailer. His ring is all solid green.
Interesting. I wonder if it turns solid green when they power up. I'm trying to find like a photo of Hal Jordan's, like Ryan Reynolds Hal Jordan ring. Okay, so I'm about to share this screen. So this is a ring from Hal Jordan, from Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. And then Nathan Fillion Green Lantern ring. Yeah, so right
his
there,
is all green.
All green. It's a better photo of it.
His ring is also bigger too.
I wonder if there's different rings for different lanterns.
Well, they could customize their rings how it kind of look from the comics.
Yeah,
they can have their rings. All their rings obviously are green, but they can customize kind of how it looks a little bit. It's not like crazy variations, but they can all their rings look a little different. So do they lanterns. All their lanterns don't look exactly the same. So
okay. So how do we feel about this still shot? I mean, this photo doesn't really tell us anything.
Show. Yeah, it don't really show nothing. I seen it. I said, I guess y'all. So what's confusing me was, I know originally they said it's supposed to be like True Detective, kind of. Well, buddy, I won't say True Detective. I'll say Buddy Cop. So I'll say Buddy Cop. It's supposed to be Buddy Cop, but then they were like, and I don't know if this is still the fact that they're gonna be going to different planets solving cases, or are they just gonna be on Earth solving cases?
I think the main synopsis of the show is they're solving a case in Oklahoma, or pretty much Midwest America, that will once they will lead into the overarching big threat, big heavy for the universe. But I think for the most part
they're gonna be in Oklahoma.
They're staying on Earth.
Okay. That's where I was. I won't lie, I was confused about. I couldn't remember if that's what they said on that initial synopsis for it. But okay, that makes sense then. I mean, it's alright. It's cool. I mean, it's not, to me. It doesn't do anything. It just shows that Aaron Pierre is young and Hal Jordan's the oldest third. He looks tired as heck.
Hell.
Yes. He looks tired. So, I mean, I still want to see how they play into that, because I know initially we had mentioned that it would be kind of cool, or it would be a more, I don't want to say natural spin, but a kind of refreshing spin if they did where Hal is still kind of the goofy one, and then John is the more serious, even though one is young and one is old. So
Mm-hmm.
just for, even obviously that shot doesn't tell us how they act personally, it's just in that moment. So
Yeah.
I kind of hope that they do it how we kind of said, where Hal is still goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to see that. And maybe towards the end, because I don't know, this photo just kind of gives. I don't know. It just tells me this is pretty much how they're going to be looking
The whole show.
for the whole show. Like, these same clothes are not really going to suit up. We might get a glimpse of Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, maybe like in a flashback scene or doing some shit, obviously explaining why he's
They're gonna show
this
Kilowog.
high-ranking Green Lantern. And maybe we might see John Stewart get his ring and all that stuff, but I don't think we're probably seeing that until the end. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
I
this is
don't.
John Stewart finding Hal Jordan, and they're like, "Hey, man, I need you to help me with this thing." And maybe
Yeah,
this is, I don't know. There's only so much speculating
yeah.
we can do on
You
one
could be
photo
like,
and
yeah.
one synopsis.
So overall, I mean, it's a picture right now. It's nothing. It's nothing really.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm also interested to see how this kind of, because so far in James Gunn's universe that he's setting up, like, it's a lived-in universe, of course, through creature commandos. Like, we have they got the big three. They got wizards. What is it? Wizards,
Wizards, cyborgs, and aliens.
cyborgs, and aliens. So they got all that. But I'm interested to see how they portray it, not only from the Superman show, but how tonally is it similar or different in this show? Because this photo at least tells me tonally is going to be a different vibe than
Yeah,
Superman. And do we feel that is okay in this universe? Because my first comment I'm seeing right here on this photo is like, this makes no sense. You have no consistency in, quote, your universe design, quote, style. So it just
that's.
makes me think like, go ahead.
I want to go
You
on a
go ahead.
fucking
You
rant.
gotta- you
Excuse me.
go
I'm not
into
supposed. I'm not supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be cursing this Ramadan. Excuse me. Stuck for law. I want to go on a rant real quick. I am so tired of people, bro. It's the same thing with the MCU, but it's like, oh no, you can never satisfy people, and people hate change. That's not just for movies. That's just a natural thing. People don't like change, and it's kind of annoying. It's very annoying to see, because when these people with like this voice of like, oh, why is it doing that, build up so much that these companies actually change stuff, or like go back on their, I won't say go back on their word, but go back on projects. It's like, really, bro? Because I'm gonna talk about one project, the MCU. Well, the MCU canceled the Okoye series too that they were gonna do,
Yeah.
because they said they didn't think fans would enjoy that. But that's just one example of like, why y'all complaining so much? Just watch what you want to watch. It don't take nothing to say, I'm not gonna watch this, and just shut
Yeah.
up. So the other thing I was gonna say is complaining about the tone. People, I think people get stuff mixed up between like one, tone and storytelling, because there's a difference. To me, and I think it's very evident, at least to me, which I found out this past few days, that is not evident to everybody, that the MCU has different tones for movies. Like, for example, would you say Thor Ragnarok and Winter Soldier have the same tone?
No.
It's people that have said every MCU movie and have said those specific movies have the same tone and jokes or quips. I said, what are we talking about, bro?
No.
So,
Now, I think they're getting confused with because, and I didn't mean to cut you off if you want
no,
to
you're
go,
good.
but it's just like Marvel has a formula that's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
And I think fans are mistaking this formula that, to their fault. It's worked. It's worked for 10 years. But they
Yeah.
kind of mistake that with, every movie is like this.
Yeah. Every
They
movie's
have
gonna
a
have a
formula.
superhero. They're gonna have some jokes, and then they're gonna have a back. Like, do you realize every superhero movie, not just Marvel, DC, even these small projects, all of them have a superhero, a point they're trying to get past, and jokes. That is not
Yeah.
just a Marvel thing. It's a DC thing. It's a James Gunn thing. It's a Kevin Feige thing. It's all of them. So I think it's just, to me, it's just annoying when people say stuff like that because, one, why would you want every movie to have the same tone if it's different characters? Like, I don't want to see a Batman movie with the same tone as a Superman movie. Unless it's like, unless they're adapting the Absolute Universe, which just dropped, then okay, I get it, because all them in there are crazy.
Crazy.
But I'm not trying to see Superman depressed. I ain't trying to see that Zack Snyder Superman again, bro.
No.
He was
Especially
good.
not if we don't have the definitive Superman to kind of go back to. Like what
Exactly.
we mistake Zack Snyder for doing is he tried to make his main universe this kind of almost Injustice type universe.
And Injustice grayscale lived in. They're all depressed. They're not all depressed, but majority of them are depressed or
they're
like
all just gray and brooding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not Superman. That might be Batman. That ain't Aquaman. It's not Wonder Woman. It's not my Flash. So, I don't know.
So
I just think I would just hope James Gunn is able to break the stigma of you can have two tonally different things still in the same universe, which I think he's trying to do by bringing in Matt Reeves which I don't think is going to happen because Matt Reeves is like, I don't want that. I want my own shit.
Yeah, no, James Gunn said it a few days ago. He's not adding him in that Batman.
Mm-hmm. But even still, like they could have a Batman similar in terms of tone where it's lived in, it's dark, brooding, the same type of Batman work,
exactly.
Realistic, but also have Superman in the opposite Metropolis City fighting kaijus and shit.
Exactly.
So it's okay. And the world is not ending.
Yeah. And my last bit about this, because I could go on hours about this topic, but I just want people to really realize, would you want 10 movies that are all the same tonally and then at the end of it, you have an ensemble movie and it's all the same tonally? Or would you want different tones for different characters that suit them and then they come together as an ensemble?
Yeah.
Answer that question. Because if you say the first one, you're lying to yourself, or you're just a boring and person that wants to be different. Yeah, I want my Green Lantern brooding and angry. I want Flash. No, shut up. Goodness gracious. I don't forgot what we was talking about, bro.
It kind of just spiraled from the Lantern series because, from the picture, it looks kind of tonally different.
Yeah.
But that's just a still shot. We still have a trailer to see. But kind of staying in the DC realm. So DC has a set a goal to release 7 projects a year, which includes 2 live-action films, 1 animated film, 2 live-action shows, and 2 animated series. There is a plan set for the next 6 years. So pretty much that is their formula for 6 straight years. That's what James Gunn and Peter Safran are trying to get to. Do we like, love, or redact this formula?
I'm torn. I'm torn because I say like, but it's not like a full blown like, yeah, let's go. It's more so like, let's see. I want to see it, and I want to see it happen 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a lot of their series that they do are not gonna be long running series. They're gonna be like a Creature Commandos or a 6 episode type deal, 7 episode, maybe 5. I don't think they're gonna do anything that's like 12.
Yeah.
Unless it's like some animated series for a more, I don't want to say teenage character, but a more, I guess, lesser character. Then I could see them doing a longer series for them. But I feel like most of that, because they announced like Starfire. What was the other ones they announced? Because he announced like 15, not 15. That's overexaggerated. He announced like 10 projects.
I know covered on them were the like My Adventures with Green Lantern, which I think is kind of the. So I'm wondering if that is supposed to be like in the same kind of
My Adventures with
DC
Superman.
anime universe. Yeah, My Adventures with Superman. I'm interested to see that. Obviously the Starfire series and something else.
I know they announced. I know he did said Clayface movie. I had the list on a
And
tweet.
Superpowers, which I don't know what that is supposed to be. Maybe the My Adventures. Well, and then another thing is, who's to say some of those movies aren't Elseworld movies? Like, I don't think all of that content is in James Gunn's DCU. I just think that's content he wants to push, but My Adventures with Green Lantern is not in the DCU. That's not canon to that. Starfire, for what it sounds like, might be.
Definitely.
I don't know what Superpowers is gonna be. Clayface, we know is gonna be, I think, canon to the DCU. I don't know how, because after Creature Commandos.
So is he? I found something else. So also, well, we already know Supergirl. We're Woman of Tomorrow. We know Batman, Brave and Bold. Announced a Teen Titans. Supposed to be doing a Teen Titans movie.
Yeah, movie.
A Booster Gold. The Authority. I don't know what that is.
That's like that's DCU canon, but they're from like another universe.
Apparently, they're also doing that Waller series.
Yeah, but
that was like not canceled, but it was like, yeah, because they haven't came up with a script.
Peacemaker,
and it's more, yeah, Peacemaker. So, I mean, he got a lot of projects coming out. I think just when it comes to the 7 projects a year, I think I really just have to see the first full year they do it to kind of see how I really feel. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like, I don't have superhero fatigue. So, I mean, drop whatever you want. And I'll decide if I want to watch it or not, like a normal person, instead of hating on everything. How you feel about them dropping 7, saying they want to drop 7 projects a year?
I'm kind of torn in between like and Redact, because on one hand, I'll say because like I just said, who's to say some of that content is Elseworld? It's not Elseworld content. Like some of that might be the Batman or Bat Reeves' universe stuff, another Penguin season or something else. So it's like, and to be fair, it's been a minute since we've seen some DC, like consecutive DC content. Since Batman, I mean, since Why am I blanking on his name? Zack Snyder's like tenure. We haven't really seen like a constant, pumping of DC stuff. There's shows that'll come in every now and then, Peacemaker and all that. But I'm interested to see what they do, how they build this universe and build their brand over these next 6 years.
They need to bring back Young Justice.
Well, I think they had the chance to take Marvel's lunch money over these next 6 years, because where I kind of see the DCU on an incline, MCU's like they're on a decline, and it's stagnant at best. Decline if you want to be pessimistic, but which is why they're doing these big things like bringing Robert Downey Jr. back and trying to close out this universe.
I will say one thing about the DCU that I'm still shocked and confused about. James Gunn, where's Wonder Woman? Where's Wonder Woman? This is a genuine question. Where's Wonder Woman? You announced Superman, you announced Batman, you announced about 10 projects altogether. Projects that you know are going to be like 3-4 years from now. Where's Wonder Woman?
Well, they do have the Themyscira show, live action, but
man,
they did
where's
not say
Wonder Woman? We care about Themyscira, but where's Wonder Woman herself? Because you canceled her game. Warner Brothers, that's another gripe I got with y'all. Because this is me about to go into gaming. Y'all patented the Nemesis system. For people that don't know, this is a very sidebar tangent. For people that don't know, the Nemesis system is a system within the Mordor games, which is Lord of the Rings. They had the games. The easiest way to describe them is like the Arkham City games, or Assassin's Creed. But essentially, the way it's set up is it had an AI in it, and these games are from the early 10s. Because I played them back in high school. But the way it was set up is if you killed the enemy, right, they had a probability of coming back with new stats and either damage on how they died or different things like that. So say you killed somebody, you killed the orc, right? And you set him on fire. Just say that. He has a probability of coming back later in the game randomly, and he'll have scars on him, like he had damage from fire and things like that, and he'll have like a second part of his name, and he'll be upgraded. And it'll sometimes you could recruit people. Sometimes your recruits will betray you. All this other stuff. It was a crazy system to have in an early game like that. But they patented that, so nobody can use that system. No company can use that style of system until 2036.
Damn.
And the crazy thing is they were, I don't know, so this part I don't know if it's true, but they apparently made a reverse Nemesis style system for this Wonder Woman game they were supposed to release. And you know what they did with that Wonder Woman game? They scrapped it because they didn't know how to develop nothing on it. Because half the people that helped develop the Nemesis system left because Warner Brothers was doing them wrong. And that's my rant for right now. Where's Wonder Woman? I love Starfire, I love Clayface, I love all these characters. Where you're missing an intricate part of your big three. You have Batman. You got that Brave and the Bold movie coming out. The Superman movie come out in 2 months, 3 months. Where's Wonder Woman? That's all I gotta say.
James Gunn, you got answers. You got questions that need answers. Moving on. So there, as of 6 hours of recording this episode, there's been some leaks or leaked concept art for the Avengers Doomsday movie coming next year, in 2026. As I get these pictures up, how do we feel about these photos? So here's some of them.
So I'm conflicted, right? Misusing your influence. All right, but um, I'm 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 conflicted with it because I think the art is amazing. The concept art is amazing. I really like what they're trying to do with this version of that's picture's hilarious. What they're trying to do, I guess you could say, with this Doomsday, Secret Wars, and Battle World, are we that concept? But somebody pointed out, they said this movie is supposed to come out next year, and there's been no build up, and I'm conflicted because to me, everything doesn't have to be connected. But when you're this close to a movie that's supposed to connect everything, you need some smidge of connecting point, right? So that's where I'm conflicted. I'm like, this concept art looks crazy. I think it'll be really good. And that's a picture of the Young Avengers. Um, but it's just I'm excited, but I'm also like hesitant to be excited because you said Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doom. What last year we haven't got no other spill of him being or talked about as Doom. Granted, I already knew he wasn't going to be mentioned in Captain America, so I wasn't worried about that. But
I know I'm saving this image, by the way. This is going straight to my laptop background. But continue.
But it's almost like I'm thinking of other projects they have in between. Fantastic Four, he has to be mentioned. He's going to be mentioned in there. But outside of that, what we have Ironheart, we have Thunderbolts before Fantastic Four. I don't know what comes out next year.
I mean, they kind of dropped, alluded to it in that end credit scene of Brave New World.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that, but even that's they alluded to that. But I mean, like, I'm thinking about other movies that's coming out after this. Like, what else could make that connection seem, I guess, grounded for everybody?
Wonder Man.
Honestly, that might be it. You know what?
Because let me see. There's,
because Wonder Man's the end of this year, right?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. It was still Visions is next year too, I believe, or is that a year after?
Visions is, I think, the year after that, but they don't know what they're doing with that.
Okay. So yeah, I would just have to know what series are dropping between this and Doomsday, because technically, it wouldn't be hard to like build the connection out that Doom is coming at right after once you drop Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. But it would just determine on what series are coming out, or I should say, what big series are dropping.
Yeah, trying to find a list. Why is it acting shaky? Okay, whatever. I'm trying to find a list, but I know off the top of my head, we got Wonder Man to the TV shows. We got Wonder Man. We have the Black Panther crossover show, or like Black Panther Wakanda, like spinoff show. Mm-hmm. Ironheart that you just said. Daredevil Born Again. Ain't shit about no fucking Doctor Doom is coming up in that show. There's gonna be too much shit going on.
Okay. I found it.
No, we had Brave New World.
Oh, the only thing just coming up between that is the one, the ones you mentioned, and then the only other one was that you missed was Marvel Zombies. Yeah. After that is literally the first movie for next year is Avengers Doomsday. That's in May. After that is Spider-Man 4. And then they have a Punisher special, the Vision series, and then that's all they have slated so far for 2026. And then it's Secret Wars the year after in 27.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see. I feel like the Fantastic Four are gonna be doing a lot of legwork for this movie.
Because yeah, it's
Unless they throw a Doctor Strange in there.
honestly, bro, it might be Wonder Man, bro. That's the only other thing that can connect it. Because Thunderbolts, I think they'll add something, but I don't think it'll be crazy. Because they already got the Sentry / Void in it.
Yeah, and then maybe Ironheart. Ironheart and Wonder Man. Those are the only two.
They about to do some leg work.
Leg work,
backpacking. Hey man, yeah, because realistically, if you wanted to build hype around this Doomsday, I'm still conflicted on Robert Downey Jr. being Doom.
I feel a lot of people are.
Because in no way am I saying he's a bad actor. No, I don't think anybody has ever said that. Well, I feel like the people are just hating, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think the main thing a lot of people are trying to figure out is, one, is this going to be the main Doom when we get to Secret Wars? Because that's what because if they do something like he's whatever Earth they on, I don't know if it's gonna be six. I don't know if it's gonna be. I'm not gonna say 616. I don't know if it's gonna. They're saying it's gonna be MCU Earth or a separate like Fantastic Four's Earth or one of these other Earths. I don't know what Earth he's on. It's really gonna determine if he's whatever Earth he's on. If he's that Earth's Doom, if another Doom comes in and kills him, and if that's the main Doom. If they do something like that, okay. I think that will put a good enough spin that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go see Secret Wars since we got whatever you want to say, God Doom. No, not God Doom. I forgot his name. But you know what I mean.
God Emperor Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess how do you feel about I guess the pictures one, because we kind of went off track from the pictures themselves, and then I guess the concept of them doing medieval style for the listeners and not the viewers, since they weren't able to see the pictures. A lot of the pictures were presented to show quite a few people we've seen in the MCU in a medieval style setting, with Doom being the ruler / king. So I guess how do you feel about them using that style, which is how it is in Battle World a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, pictures are hard, but again, these are concept arts.
Yeah.
Concept. There's no guarantee we get 90 or even 50% of this concept art in the actual movie. But so, I mean, the pictures are tough. In terms of, how Doomsday could work, I mean, I still think people are going to see it, and I trust the Russo brothers to make a cohesive, like linear like story from point A to point B, because that's essentially what they did in Infinity War and Endgame. But so they're essentially doing it again, just on a grander scale. But the MCU set up Thanos throughout their movies. With Doctor Doom, I personally think Doctor Doom is a big enough character to where you could kind of just drop him in a movie and have him do some badass shit, and it's very hard. And as long as he has like good dialogue, good action and not good intention. He ain't.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
he has good intentions for Latveria.
Latveria. But as long as it makes sense in the sense of the movie, I feel like people trying to connect everything is a problem that Marvel kind of made themselves with how how long this universe is already is, which I think they know, and is why they're trying to wrap up this multiverse shit as soon as possible.
Yeah, and do that.
They still got
that reset.
Yeah, they still got they questions that need answers. How the fuck is Monica Rambeau coming back from the X-Men timeline? How are we going to get?
You know what's crazy about that? It's people that don't even know that about that. It's people that don't even know she met goddamn the X-Men. Spoiler alert.
We need those answers. We need the answer to the end of where's Moon Knight at? No one's really asking that question, but where's Moon Knight at?
I'm asking that question. Where is Miss Marvel?
What about Miss Marvel? Where the fuck is old girl from Secret Invasion? No one's really asking that question, and I think Marvel's hoping nobody does because that show was bad.
Where's America Chavez?
Where's Hulk's son? Where is America Chavez?
Nobody want to know where Hulk's son. No, I don't. Retcon Scar. So get him out of here.
I think Marvel understands that, and they're trying to answer all that, or at least most of the answers they care about in Doomsday.
Honestly, that is a way to do it. They could just Doom show up. Everybody you had a question about, they all in this vicinity of a castle, kingdom, whatever, and you can eat. They'll probably spin it where a lot of them don't got their memories. And the few that do, it'll probably be like 2 or 3. More than likely Bruce Banner, because I feel like they'll use him as a plot device, even though he hasn't done the whole shit in the 30 years.
Well, because here's how I feel like they can save the whole character. You introduce the Maestro, have him, obviously the big bad is going to be Doom. Whatever they do with him after that. Now, this is contingent on the, I guess, idea and hope that Universal rights are done. Like, they're back with Mark. Like, they don't own the whole character no more, and Marvel can kind of do what they want. Because what Brave New World told me is like that's not the case. So maybe after that they have the rights, or they work out another deal. I don't know, but preferencing that, they have the Maestro as the next big bad if they don't want to continue using Doom. They have a vision, or they see a vision of Bruce Banner Hulk in the future, and it's the Maestro, and he's literally taken over the entire Earth and universe and all these different worlds. He was able to take down Doom, and maybe that's why Doom, I don't know, maybe the reason why Bruce Banner is the plot is because they see that vision. They're like, oh shit, we need to stop Buddy before he understands his potential.
Man, they ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of theory busting. But one can wish.
Yeah, they could do it. I would actually like to see that, but we'll stop speculating. We'll just wait to see. Actually, we won't stop speculating. We'll keep speculating because that's what we do. And we usually be right because they be listening. What movie it was? I forgot what movie it was that came out a year ago or recently, and we literally broke down. We was like, yeah, they probably do all this, and then it happened. We just said, oh, okay. But yeah, I'm real interested to see when they get closer to that time for Doom's Day.
Yeah. So we'll get into a little bit more formal, a little redacted. I think those are I know you had some Oscar type news you wanted to talk about if you still.
Oh, yeah, it's
Dive
very
into
quick. So they've been releasing like pretty much statements, like different because this Oscars obviously is voters and everything, right? But they've been releasing statements pretty much because they do like interviews slash I don't know how you want to describe it. Just say interviews of voters. Um, but there was one, and this happened on multiple occasions, where an Oscar voter said verbatim, two anonymous Oscar voters said they didn't vote for Ralph Fiennes, who he played in Conclave. Then he also was the main character for Schneider List. They said they didn't vote for him because they both believed he won an Oscar already for Schneider List. Granted, he never won an Oscar for that movie. Another thing, why are you saying you didn't vote for somebody because, oh, well, they already won one? What does that have to do with the movie they're acting in right now?
Exactly. I never understand that line of thinking. Like, it's normal, but at the same time, give it to the most deserving.
Give it who deserves it.
Exactly.
Stop giving these participation trophies, bro.
Exactly. Like, enough with the here nigga damn awards.
Yeah,
enough with that. Who gives a fuck? Oh my goodness.
And then it was another set of voters who said they didn't vote for Dune 2 for Best Picture because verbatim they said, well, I didn't watch all of Dune 1 and they pretty much said I didn't watch all of Dune 1, so I didn't feel like I would like Dune 2. So I didn't vote for it. What?
Isn't it their job to be watching these movies? Am I tripping and saying that? That's your job.
That's what everybody who's seen these questionnaires thought. It's your job.
It's your literal job to watch and critique these movies.
I want to know what is the criteria to be a voter, because you can't be smart because all of them sound dumb. You didn't choose somebody because he won an Oscar, because you thought he won an Oscar. You didn't even want to Google it.
That's
you
insane.
doofus. What are we talking about, bro? And you didn't want to vote for another movie because you said, oh, well, I didn't really like the first one, so I'm not going to vote at all or think about voting for the second one. What? All you got to do is watch a movie. What are we talking about, bro? Do. I don't know, bro. They need to do some change. They need to do
clear house.
They need to have them vote in person. I don't know how many voters it'd be. I'd probably be hundreds, but
do they reveal who the voters are?
I don't think so.
They need to do that so we can clown them. They need to review the voters and who voted what. And this goes for any kind of award voting. Sports and the Academy.
Yeah, especially if it's major awards that's like televised. Like, nah, I want to see who you voted for, dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just my quick rant or thing about the Oscars.
Well, moving forward in the Like It Low Redacted segment, now finally getting into that. So there's a tweet showing that the TVA has captured Scarlet Witch in the TVA comic series issue number 3. This comic series is canon to the MCU and may have just revealed how Wanda Maximoff survived the events of Multiverse of Madness. Do we like, love, or redact this reveal in this comic book series?
I seen that. I'm gonna say redact only because the actual, I don't know if it was the writer or one of the artists for it, the actual comic, they came out and said that that's a variant. That's not the MCU's Wanda. They said it's a variant. They cleared it up after a few days, but they came out and said that that's not actually her.
Okay. Yeah, but she's still We still don't know what happened to her.
Yeah, she's still deceased.
I also say Redact because that's also insinuating that, you know, the average MCU fan reads comic books, which
they don't. We know y'all don't. We know y'all don't. It was a perfect tweet for this. Hold on, let me see. Bro, let me pray to goodness I find this tweet, bro.
Who cares? That could have been the main MCU. Wanda. The average fan wouldn't have known nor cared.
Right here, bro. I'm about to send you this tweet. Can you show this to the viewers?
Yes. Let me. This is the Future Foundation one, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to share my screen. So this is the tweet Feek said. So the tweet itself is a crossover that every fan wanted in 2007. And someone quoted it saying, would have been kind of hard to do in 2017 as a Future Foundation debuted in comics in 2010.
Bro, just be yapping for engagement, bro. Y'all don't read comics. And I'm not saying I'm some crazy comic book reader because I'm not. I will never say I'm some comic book elitist or anything like that. But, bro, Google is free.
Google's free and Google
Bing is
fast.
free. If you don't like Google, go to Bing. If you don't like Bing, go to Yahoo. If you don't like Yahoo, go to, I don't know, Foxit browser. Something, bro. Please. Use your brains. Chat GPT. Bro, just be talking.
That is hilarious. Speechless. Next. So Zion Williamson, forward for the New Orleans Hornets, got a Naruto seal stomach tattoo. I'm gonna share my screen for the YouTube audience, but do we like, love, or redact this tattoo from New Orleans Pelicans star player?
Hey man, he can do whatever he wants. That's his body and his money, man.
This is disgusting.
I personally wouldn't get that tattoo, but I mean, if he like Naruto that
all
much,
the Naruto tattoos I would want, that is not my first at all.
Yeah, not the seal.
Next, so there's a teaser. There's a teaser for the new movie Shrek 5 that is coming to theaters in 2026. I almost thought that said 2025. I was like, God damn. But 2026 with auto returning cast and Zendaya as Felicia, Shrek's daughter, I think.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah. So this trailer is it's a teaser. We don't know what the movie's about, but do we like, love, or redact the idea of a Shrek 5? Well, not idea, like it's actually happening.
I was gonna say it's coming out.
It ain't an idea no more, it's real.
I'll say I'll watch it. I mean, Shrek always funny to, at least Shrek always be funny. It's definitely gonna have modern stuff in it because like all the old movies had goddamn O.J. Simpson. It had pepper spray. It had different noticeable things. So I want to see what noticeable things they do. The art, I won't even say it's different. It's just modernized because Shrek came out in the freaking 2001,
early 2000, yeah,
1900s, like. So
yeah, the first Shrek came out in 2001.
Yeah, so
Ian wasn't even born yet.
That's crazy. God dang. Some of the people listening to this right now wasn't born yet. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I've seen people going on that nostalgia run saying, why does it look worse? It doesn't look worse. It looks smoother because they have better technology.
I was like, do you want them to use the same animation they were using in 2001?
No.
Can we be for real? Yeah. In my personal opinion, redact this movie, but I know it's gonna make its money. And the run animated DreamWorks has been on with Wild Robot, this new the newest Puss in Boots movie.
Bro,
I don't see a world where this movie doesn't just not only make its money, but it's surprisingly good. Like,
it's gonna be great.
I can't. There's only so much I can hate on this because it's like number 5. I'm like, why do they keep making this? But people love Shrek. Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Crazy. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, I'll say like. I will say the only thing I didn't like, Donkey looked a little weird. Like that little flare up on his hair. Yeah. I said that looks a little.
Maybe that was supposed to be like a way of him looking old. Like maybe that's
true. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's kind of what I took from it, but he did look like a donkey. And finally, so according to Marvel Updates account, the development of Blade is moving forward. Kevin Feige and Mahershala Ali are happy with the current script, and Marvel Studios is looking for a director. Redact this, because I'm at the point now with Blade where if I don't see a trailer or a teaser or an updated art piece outside of these 5-letter words, where that has been the same since fucking 2020, or before that actually, redact this. I don't care. All this shit is fake news to me. Like, they can talk all the shit they want to. They can say all this. I'm at the point now where I got to see it to believe it. So until then, until I get a teaser, until I get some concept art, even that's not even going to maybe sway my opinion on how I really feel. But until I get some teaser or a date, redact everything about this movie.
I'm very different. I say like because I just needed a glimpse of hope that it's still happening. Granted, they are still looking for directors, so I'm gonna say a few directors I think I would want, and then if you have any off the top of your head, you can let people know. But since they're looking for directors, I would try to think of people that have done Marvel movies as well or helped with Marvel stuff, to kind of lean it out and make it more realistic. But one, Ryan Coogler, he's already making a Blade movie with Sinners. We know that. That is a Blade movie. Another one is Destin Cretton. I don't know how to say his last name, but he was over the director for Shang-Chi. Because that is the best, if not the best, the second best fight choreography in the MCU. And my last one is Sam Hargrave. So for people that don't know, Sam Hargrave, he directed Extraction. So that movie Extraction and Extraction 2, he directed that. But he also worked as a fight choreographer in Endgame and Civil War Marvel movies. And if y'all remember the fighting in those movies, he helped direct it and choreograph it. So I think he'd also be a good choice as director.
Okay, I like those answers. I guess my first one was Ryan Coogler. I mean, we just said it. That is not a secret. If you don't know that, you're living under a rock. That is a Blade movie, if I've ever seen one. But another one I like the idea of Destin Cretton. I think he can do that as well with Shang-Chi and what he did with that movie. Russo brothers. Hell, just had a Russo brothers just do everything, goddamn.
honestly.
Nah. But yeah, I guess my top pick would be Ryan Coogler. I mean, he just knows.
Yeah, it speaks. Yeah, his his work speaks for itself.
And that is gonna show tenfold. I'm so excited for this Sinners movie because we're gonna review that movie on this platform. And okay, yeah, it comes out next month, April 18th. It's only an hour and a half,
That's fine.
but
I'll watch it whatever Thursday it come out. I'll watch it that day.
But nigga, if this movie is as good as I think it is, I'm about to go on a rant, an MCU rant. I'm gonna go scorched earth on Marvel, and I'm like, y'all niggas mean to tell me it's taking y'all this long, and Warner Brothers already did it? But we'll see. This movie could be ass. Knock wood. I hope not.
Nah, there's no way.
I don't think.
I think I'll say this right now: the lowest that movie will get is a 7. The lowest that movie will get is a 7.
I'll say the lowest I could see it getting. I would rate it as like a 5. Like it's just mid. Quite. Literally.
That is true.
But
yeah,
that is me being very pessimistic. Finally, we are getting into our infamous bag. Feek, please drop the music.
Yeah, bitch, I'm in my bag. Yeah, bag, bitch, I just made a bag. Yeah, bag, bitch, I just made a bag. Yeah, bag of beef, bag.
All right, so it is get our bag. We are going to do our suggestions for unlikely anime universes. You know, with Fire Force Season 3 coming on the horizon next month, I believe so, and that linking to a universe that shall not be named. If you know, you know. This is what prompted this get our bag question. So, Feek, if you have some shows ready, I'll let you start it off.
Okay, so for my shows, I said that could be in shared universes or just connected if they wanted to. I put Don to Don and Mob Psycho.
Yeah, that's a layup. That is a good one.
So another one I had was My Hero and Madaka Box. And for people that don't know, like look it up. I also put Blue Lock and Awashi. Excuse me. So I put Blue Lock and Awashi, both soccer animes.
I can see that.
And then I put JJK and Chainsaw Man. But I don't like that.
So. I mean, in a twisted universe, that'd be so fucked up. So can you imagine Deji beating? Oh my gosh, Yuji for the first time, and then he's in a old boy domain. Can you imagine just the fears versus that cursed energy? That is just too much shit going on. Deji and Shibuya incident.
Him and Yuji would be good friends though. All they would talk about is girls.
Is women.
But Dana, what I guess what shared universes did you have?
For mine, I had Erased and Death Note as one that came to mind. That'd be insane, universe.
That's crazy.
I also had Toriko. If y'all know, y'all know. And Food Wars.
That's good. That's good.
Another shared unlikely universe. And dang, I had one too. Oh, Digimon and Pokemon. That kind of just writes itself. And then my last one was would be, I don't know, like Dragon Ball and fucking. Actually, no, I have one in my mind. Oh my gosh. Dang, I just had it.
JoJo's.
You see JoJo's being in like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure sharing the same universe as JJK. Because they think stands might be cursed energy, a cursed technique.
Yeah. That is a good one. I like that one. Honorable mention, I would say, I just thought of this one. Garo, Vanishing Line, and Cyberpunk. They're both kind of a little futuristic. Now, two I couldn't think of with connections, and I don't know if you've seen these. Actually, three. Blue Exorcist. Honestly, I take it back. Blue Exorcist could have went with JJK
Oh yeah,
or even
good one.
Mob Psycho.
So two good ones.
Mob can connect with a lot of universes. Honestly, he could connect with My Hero.
He really could.
He could
Shigeru
connect with that
Kakiyama is just the typical. He could be placed anywhere.
He could be placed in any universe.
Mob Psycho could be in fucking One Punch Man.
Anyone with power
Ooh,
would be in.
One Punch Man in My Hero Academia. Could you imagine
Oh god.
fucking Shigaraki fighting Saitama? That'd just be insane. All for one versus Saitama. That would shatter. Actually, no, it wouldn't, because it would just end in one punch.
All for One steals it.
Well, he wouldn't be able to steal none because he doesn't have a quirk.
Oh, true. He doesn't really have a powers technically.
He's just strength.
Yeah. Another one I couldn't really think of for connection was Bungo Stray Dogs and then Noragami. So
Yeah.
listeners and viewers, if y'all could think of connections for those two, let me know.
Yeah. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into our final segment, our redacted rule. I'll go and start it off. My redacted rule is code names at work will save your job. And what I mean by that is y'all, if you have a homeboy or a friend group at work, and obviously y'all don't like a certain person, if y'all want to shit talk someone, it is key you have a code name for said individual. So that way you can just talk about this person and whole time they would never know you're talking about them. They could be right next to you. So code names are pivotal for the workforce because they make work enjoyable, because that way you can vent and shit talk about people and not feel like your job is in jeopardy, especially if they're your boss. That is my TED Talk.
My redacted rule for the week is I don't really have one. I haven't thought of what. Man, shower, bro. I guess go shower, wash yourself, clean yourself, be clean when you're in public. Put on some deodorant, some lotion. Do something. Fix yourself up. That's my redacted rule of the week. Fix yourself up.
With that being said, it's another great episode. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, rate us a 5-star. Roll to 100 subscribers. It's been your boy Dana Dane.
It's been your boy Wafiq.
And we out.
Peace.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm stepping with a fat, keeping all of the hoes on mute. Pull a little part, could be yellow in a brew. 48 for a quick burst. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cube. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice, it'll drop like ink. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mink. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. See it right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic called making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hold my payroll. I get active at night, then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with panko. Struck in my soup, I believe it was mango.